So this video, my wife bought a Valencia baker's rack. It says item number 12500. I don't even know where she got it from. I'll make sure I put a link in the description below. I think she got it off of Amazon, but I'm not sure where it shipped from. I'm going to unbox it, lay it out on the floor, put it together. If there's anything weird, I'll go over step by step of what to do. But right now I'm just going to unbox it, lay the parts out, and tell you what tools you're going to need to put it together with. So there are my parts unboxed, and as you can see by what's in here, this is super thin, flimsy stuff. And 2 out of these 4 are broken. This one's just been pulverized. I got a piece broken off here. This piece is bent. I'll probably straighten these out, but I'm gonna send it back into Amazon. See if they'll actually send me these 2 parts. The bad thing about Amazon is I'll be more than happy to give you your money back for the entire thing. I don't know if the company will just send me 2 of these pieces or not. They're probably gonna make me return the entire baker's rack for these 2 parts. And this one's just been bent sideways. I can fix this one pretty easy. But again, this one's completely bent and messed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble it anyhow, try to fix it the best I can, just so you can see what it is to put it together. But again, first impression, crappy packing, no extra boxing, super soft material to pack it in, and the pieces just laying on top of each other with a plastic bag to not stop them from getting damaged. So step 1 is to take the 2 scrolls, the front pieces here, and put those on. And just looking at this, that scroll is bent too, so this whole thing's going to go back. But again, just for assembly purposes. Put these bolts in. These are the longer bolts. The directions don't really show you the length of the bolts, so you just got to kind of guess, but these are the ones that are the longest of the bolts. There's 12 of them in the package. I'm not going to tighten these yet. I'm just going to start them so it holds in place. As you can see, again, another awesome packing job here. It's a little bit closer, but it's not where it needed to be. And probably the paint's damaged also. Again, this is going to go back, so not too worried about it. But when you put this together, you'll see there's holes here for the shelving, and these tabs are bent also. Again, if you get yours and it's all not bent to pieces, this may look pretty nice, but I can't imagine this thing's going to ship and show up in one piece without being damaged somewhere. Again, I don't want to tighten these yet. I just want to put them in and get them started so it stays together. Because when you go to put the shelf in, it's going to kind of straighten itself out. So the next thing is to put my nice straight shelves in here. Again, this one is just completely destroyed. If you go to bend that back, it bends super easy, but the problem is you'll break the welds. So again, this one's going back. I keep saying that over and over, but just for assembly purposes. We'll sit this in here. And this one is actually this shelf. This shelf takes the medium size bolts that are 12 up. If you had 2 people, this would help. If you are doing it by yourself, it shouldn't be that difficult to do, but again, we're back to longer bolts. You can see this thing is completely bent also. And again, I'm not tightening any of these bolts right now. There's no pre-drills on this, so you might split it if you're not careful. The corners are banged all the crap on it. The laminate's coming off. I don't know what you paid for this, but it's definitely a piece of garbage. 4 screws go in the bottom. I'm not even going to put those in because I'm wasting my time. I don't know if you can see how wonky this is, but I mean, if yours is anything like this when you're putting it together, hopefully you stop right now and put it back in the box and sit in the back. But again, just for if yours does turn out good, I'm going to show you how to finish assembling. And again, I'm not going to tighten that middle shelf down. I'm not going to waste my time running screws into it just because I would be completely wasting my time doing it. I'm going to turn the holes to the back because it looks like it's made for multiple pieces. So looking good. And again, I don't know why there's 2 holes on the back of that at the bottom, but probably gonna find out. All right, so I slid the back on here. Back on. The back on. There's 2 extra holes on this, so you make sure you put the extra holes at the bottom. That will line up with a screw hole in the back of here. The next thing it shows is putting these scrolls on. It takes 4 of the longer bolts. Try to stay out of the picture here, but kind of get the side where you can kind of see what's going on here. And again, none of this is tight yet. This is all just loosely fit together, including that shelf that I'm not going to put the screws into. So I'm going to put those in. And then one of the short screws goes in the bottom here. And then our other 2 shells will just screw on top of that. Or screw on the sides of it, I should say. Again, another bent piece, so this is not lining up, having to force it in place. And I can tell this scroll is about that far off of where it needs to be lined up for the hole at. So the next thing are 4 of these short bolts, which are labeled with A. 2 of them go to the back. Even these don't line up straight. A really poorly engineered piece of furniture. So 2 in the back and 2 in the scroll. And that may be why they don't want you to tighten anything, because it's bent all the pieces anyhow. So maybe they figure if you leave it loose, you'll be able to get it together a little easier, just because everything's bent. And then after that, I'm going to put my shelves in. Now, if your shelves were just minorly damaged, you could probably put the better of the 4 shelves on the top where you're going to be able to see them. If yours were majorly damaged like mine, you'll be sending it back, I'm sure. And there's a groove in here. You want to flip it so that you're flat on the top. You don't want to be recessed. Stay out of the camera here. This is definitely a 1-person job. If you were worried about scratching it, you could take a pair of vice grips, you could take a piece of wood, you could take anything and just prop it up. If you had a clamp, you could clamp it in place so it doesn't fall down on you, but it's not heavy, and if you're not worried about trying to stay out from in front of the camera, it's easy enough to maneuver around where you can put these in pretty simply. And I got my top shelf, which is broken also, so I've had 3 out of these 4 shelves that are completely damaged. One of them's bent and I had to bend back in place. Products just, again, totally stay away from it unless you just really like this rack. And make sure when you get it, you open it up and examine it really good. But most likely you're going to be sending this thing back to wherever you got it from. Hopefully you get it. Hopefully it stays in place. It doesn't look bad if it wasn't bent and scratched and broken and falling apart and warped, and maybe you'll get the perfect one. And again, I'm not sure. I didn't ask what she paid for it, but if it was more than $20, it was too much. I'm going to get my impact and tighten everything up. Since that was a full assembly, start on the bottom here. As I'm tightening this up, like I said, it does straighten itself out a little bit, but not enough to justify all the damage there. And it does come with an Allen wrench, so you could hand tighten all these if you wanted to take your time to do it. But like I said, this is going to go together. I'm going to get on Amazon, or she's going to get on Amazon, do a return. I'm going to be putting it back in the box, throwing some tape around it, and having UPS come pick the thing back up. And that's it, besides the 4 screws that hold the shelf in there. So just for a summary, Baker's Rack, Valencia, put the part in the description below so you can avoid it. Quick overview here. Damaged top shelf, 2 broken pieces, bent. The back rail was okay. One of these scrolls was bent, I had to fix the scroll. The table top, I'll try to get a good camera angle, but it's just bad. It's bent, it's damaged, it's dinged up. The bottom shelves, completely warped and damaged. One of these was broken right there. The shelf is just MDF board with like it looks like just a glue-on laminate. It's not even a good laminate. There are scratches all over the black pot metal or metal. I give this about a 0.5 stars out of 100. But again, assembly wise, if you get it out of the box and yours looks good, more power to you, but it wasn't too hard to put together. But quality wise, and again, this scroll here is just completely smashed in the front. I could probably take a rubber mallet and beat it out, but for whatever she paid for it, this is going back and we're going to get another one, or we'll get a different brand. Most likely, if this one shipped like this, they're all going to ship like this. Anyhow, thanks for watching and good luck with yours.